Osaka, Japan, a rambunctious merchant town with a huge heart.
この都市の性格を表現するとしたら、人懐っこいと、そして、他の東京あたりとは違う面がある。
In a country known for politeness and diffidence, this city is forging its own path.
People in this town are some of the friendliest people you're ever going to meet in Japan.
But it's in the kitchen where Osaka really makes its mark.
これが可愛いかな。
The food is better. The people are friendlier. The nightlife goes on longer.
3 proud Osakans are taking you on a unique tour of their city, showing you the hidden spots they think everyone should see, if only they knew where to look.
名前は甲斐達夫、年は、65歳、職業は板前。
By any standards, Kai-san is an early riser. He's a regular visitor to Osaka's daily fish market, which gets going at an eye-watering 4 a.m.
今日 A マック入ってますね。いやーもうすごいね、15000円。これ行きましょう。OK。
それは市場に行くとやっぱりワクワクする。あれも買いたい、これも買いたいで目移りするし。
Hundreds of species of fish are sold here, but it's the tuna auction that's the real star of the show. A loud, frantic race against time, where whole fish are sold to the highest bidder, and stalemates are decided in a game of rock, paper, scissors. This is one of the only major fish markets in Japan open to visitors. Even if you're not buying, it's the unique atmosphere that draws people here.
昔からやってるシェリとかね、これはすごいと思います。
At 8 times the size of Osaka's baseball stadium, it's easy for visitors to lose themselves in a labyrinth of side alleys and stalls.
で、大阪の食文化で魚はやっぱり7割から8割占めてるんじゃないですかね。
Elsewhere, other residents prefer to start the day in a slightly more leisurely fashion.
This is Hozenji. It's one of the first temples that I visited in Osaka. A lot of times, I'll just come here early in the morning.
Originally from America, artist Hori Benny has been living in Osaka for 13 years, and he's still discovering hidden pockets of the city seemingly forgotten by the 21st century.
There's a lot of places around Osaka that are inspiring. The whole city's inspiring. Sometimes you need to have those little moments where you can get away from all that, where you can go to a place that's a little more quiet. And it's nice when you come to a place like this and you see all of these kind of loud, rambunctious, rancorous residents of this city. And then, you know, they're coming here and they're taking a few minutes out of their day to smell the roses, if you will.
After much of the city was leveled in the Second World War, older buildings are less common here than you might think. But Benny always brings friends to the hidden temples that have stood the test of time. A bit of the old Japan.
Everyone sort of pictures Japan as this neon jungle, which is very true. But in Osaka, it's a lot easier to really get up close and experience it on a real personal level.
Benny's art means that he tends to get very personal indeed with his clients.
When I first came here, I had no intention of tattooing at all. I didn't even have any tattoos. And it really got its hooks in me.
Tattoos aren't as socially accepted in Japan as they are in the West, but Benny has still managed to carve out an impressive niche for himself in a culture that values professionalism highly.
There's no such thing as a menial job in Japan. People who clean the train platform are just as important as the people who drive the trains. And that is a very sobering lesson in humility, I think, for all of us.
In a country where Western influences are widespread, you'll soon appreciate that Japanese culture permeates every experience.
地下鉄から環状線を乗り継いで新しい大阪平野へ向かう。もうすぐあの海から春が来る。私は上田かな代です。私の仕事は詩人です。大阪に暮らして16年になります。
This is Missionary Ward. While a lot of visitors wouldn't think to come to this less affluent area, Kanayo-san believes it has far more to offer than the well-worn tourist trails.
おはようございます。
Even something as everyday as a trip to get new business cards can offer an opportunity to see centuries-old crafts.
あ、これは昔の紙なんだ。
だって昔はこんなんがばっかりやったけどね。悪いけどちょっと待ってくれはる？
待ちます。はい、ありがとうございます。川村さんの作る名刺は、とてもスペシャルです。なぜなら川村さんが文字を選んで、その文字というものを並べて一枚一枚こう体を使って作ってくれているからです。
It isn't your average holiday memento, but it's a great conversation starter for business travelers.
人にこう自分のことを紹介するときにちっちゃなギフトだとも思うのね、名刺が。だからまずプレゼントするっていうふうに考えればいいかなとも思う。すれ違いましたね、耳の後ろ側に。
Having taken a break early from his business for the day, Ben is in need of some R&R, Japanese style. And his favourite place to go is his local sento.
If you come, you should definitely try to go to a sento.
It's not something for the bashful.
I've seen people come from abroad sometimes and they want to insist on maybe wearing some swimming trunks or something into the bath. Don't do that. Nobody's going to be staring too much.
A sento is a public bathhouse, a cultural experience with its own unique dress code. But naked or not, as with all aspects of Japanese life, there are still customs to respect.
When you walk in, you're not supposed to just jump in the bath right away. There's like these little stalls where you sit in front of those and you kind of lather up and wash your face, wash your body.
After washing, make sure there's no soap left on your body before hopping into the bath. And of course, everyone has their own more personal rituals. Communal bathhouses have been a feature of Japanese society for hundreds of years. But it was only after the Second World War that sentos became an integral part of Japanese urban life.
There was like a post-war Reconstruction era where people didn't have a lot of running water or gas in their homes, and so people in local communities would gather in bathhouses, and that sort of really cemented them, I guess, as part of Japanese culture. Men, women, kids, old people, young people, everybody. It's kind of like all families come together.
To prevent too many blushes, There are separate sections for men and women.
I guess when you go to Sento, there is a sort of a sense of community to see the same people, and everybody's working different jobs, but once you come inside, you're all sort of naked together in the same soup bowl, if you will.
Ben is a big fan, but he's not welcome in all Sentos, as tattoos are still associated with organized crime.
Just be aware that a lot of them don't allow you to come in if you've got tattoos. So if you're not sure, either get a Japanese friend to help you or ask them when you come in. Really, when you're done with your day and all your muscles are tense, this is just a place where you can go in completely and totally, relax, and nobody's going to bother you.
While sumo or baseball might spring to mind when you think of Japanese competition, the board game Go is in a different league. And it's in game salons like this where Kai-san likes to relax.
囲碁はやっぱり面白いです。雑念でこれしだしたらもう何もかも忘れる。いろんなことをね。
Go is a strategy game where the aim is to claim more of the board than your opponent. It's simple to learn, but deceptively hard to master.
囲碁ファンは全国におります。九州から北海道まで。
Most people play this game, so be bold and ask them to explain the basics.
お金が安くて遊べるから、で楽しいじゃないですか。いろんな人と打てるからね。全然知らない人とでも打てるから、それが楽しいと思います。
This ancient game is taken very seriously. Fortunately, there's a ranking system. So for newcomers, half the art is choosing a suitable opponent. And with 40 million players worldwide, chances are you won't be short of a partner. But if board games aren't your cup of green tea, the street food might offer a bit more adventure. For Kanayo-san, there are certain specialities that all visitors have to try.
Takoyaki は大阪人の主食です。
Takoyaki is an octopus-filled batter ball, fast food Osaka style.
タイ人はですね、我が家のたこ焼きの味っていうのがあるんだけど、それぐらい、大阪人には欠かせないたこ焼きなんです。
Osaka is widely regarded as the food capital of Japan. For Kanayo-san, the best in fast food can be found here on the streets of Shinsekai, somewhere that'll give you a taste of the real Osaka.
これは大阪の土手焼きといって、これまたですね、大阪人にとってはソウルフードで。
And for dessert, you can always treat the kids to a lollipop or two.
これが可愛いかな。
Octopus on a stick, fresh from the fish market. While Kanayo-san enjoys an early dinner, a couple of regulars have already dropped by to Kai-san's restaurant.
今日のおすすめはね、もういっぱいあってね、暇で。どんなのが好きですか？
This is a capo restaurant, an intimate place where customers sit together on the same level as the chef, a dining style invented in Osaka.
外国人が日本に来て、僕の店にまず入ったとしたら、やっぱりまず食べたことのないものを食べさせてあげたいね。
Osakans are eager to share the tastes of their hometown, and small restaurants like Kai-san's can be found all over the city.
うちに前アイスランドの若者が2人来たんだけど、最初はちょっととっつきにくい感じなんやけど、こちらにおったお客さんがこちらの外人さんにバッテラを作って食べさせてあげたい。そしたら喜んでね、もう握手して、ほんで自分たちも酒飲んでたのを持ってきて飲んでくださいって。やっぱり同じ人間、国は違っても一つのきっかけでね、仲良くなれると思うな。
There's no menu. Diners get a selection of intricately prepared dishes of the day. But equally important is making friends over a plate of food.
この都市の性格を 表現するとしたら、人懐っこいと、そして、他の東京あたりとは違う面がある。
On the other side of town, Ben is off to enjoy Osaka's famous nightlife.
In Japan, you're walking down the street, you see these buildings full of signs, and you're like, can I go in that place? There seems to be bars in that place. Even if the entrance looks a little bit intimidating, you should at least try to put your hand on the door handle and open it up and see what's inside.
Far Plain on the edge of the bustling Amerikamura district is one of Benny's favourite bars.
You'll see this kind of a flourishing nightlife. A lot of people will have set up their own little bars. A lot of them are very personality driven.
And in Osaka, bar owners have no shortage of imagination.
For a lot of these people, they're trying to put their own personal touch on it. There's several bars around Osaka. There's a Buddhist-themed bar, which is all about people who are into Buddhist statues. There's like a railroad-themed bar, people who are into trains.
And whatever you discover, you can be sure of a warm welcome.
I would suggest that people come to Osaka rather than Tokyo because the food is better, the people are friendlier, the nightlife goes on longer. You don't have to spend years and years trying to prove yourself to these people. Usually after 1 or 2 nights, they're going to see you as a fellow Osakan.
Osaka is a city that rewards those who dive right in. And whatever you do, leave your inhibitions at the door. Everyone else has.